Hi guys, Prehistoric Painting coming here with another build video for Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Age of Sigmar Seraphon Army. Do this one a little bit different because these are not a new model. Well, most of the models for Seraphon aren't exactly new, but these are very old. In fact, they haven't been updated since their metal days. Now, you notice I have a metal Kroxigar right here. He's from a long time ago when I bought like a Lizard Man pack off somebody back when I was a kid. And a lot of pieces were missing, and I think he correlates to that one right there. So you can see the details are already better, and I think it's actually a little bit bigger as well. So these resin models, if you haven't known them, are not the best. I'm going to say it right there. I'm not a fan. I wanted the Kroxigar, and there's the only really way I could get them without having to pay like a lot of money on eBay for like already painted ones and things like that. It might be worth checking into like maybe like an eBay recovery kind of thing. And I kind of went through a headache with the Slan model, so I kind of wanted to show you guys how to build these resin ones and like the things you have to go through to make these work. Now these ones aren't too bad, but I want to show you a few things off the bat. So here we have this one right here, and if you notice, it has leftover pieces at the bottom of these skulls. And if you weren't paying close enough attention, a lot of these little details would pop out at you and look really weird. So you always got to make sure, like, really look at the mold lines of these models, because this one's not as bad as the Slan one. The Slan one was, to be honest, terrifying. How many extra little pieces are on there? You didn't know what was part of the model, what was part of the base, things like that. So these ones aren't as bad. They could have been a lot worse. Maybe they're a relatively newer batch of the resin, but see, even like those little pieces right there, it's a pain in the butt. So I want to show someone off too. Like I bought a model to maybe like, because these are old school, and I wanted like, oh, let me get a cool Kroxigar model because the Total Warhammer has really neat ones, and I saw this guy online. The problem is, he is way bigger than Kroxigar. I could probably still fit him on the base, but I think I'm just going to paint him as a display model, like something that I don't do that often. Usually I paint everything for play, but he will definitely, I'm going to see if I can venture in the realms of artistic miniature painting. So look forward to that. I'm probably not going to do a painting video because that one would take a long time. It'd be a lot of detail work, but take a look at that Instagram post. Maybe I'll do like in-process shots and all that, because I really want to put work into them. Notice I do like green stuff, and I actually bought sculpting tools to work with the green stuff. So back to these Kroxigars. Biggest things for tools, we'll need your hobby knife to scrape away a lot of those edges. You need your clippers to clip those edges, and we'll need our files to file down those pieces. Now resin gets real dusty when it gets filed, so please don't inhale anything. You should be using probably a mask in some ways, but you know, hey, there might be a mask shortage in your area right now, depending on when you're watching this video. So we're going to clip these guys out, and I'll kind of show you the process after that. So most of them are, they are all cut out, and I was getting kind of mad because part of the pieces got cut off with it. They're just such a soft plastic. You see, you got blunted edge. I can work with it, but such blunted edges because of how soft this plastic is. It just cracks, brittles, and breaks. And I got like all these extra, like, I don't know if they're part of the haft of the weapon or what. So I was really concerned. It might. Okay, no, I think it's supposed to be there. And I was worried because like it didn't look that well printed. It's like, is it part of the? Is it part of it or not? So see how much extra pieces are still left over. So we're basically going down and shave those down and put them together. And it's just really frustrating. Like, yeah, I didn't even notice like that I had this piece back here. There's just so many little extra pieces that if you're not paying close attention, you'll miss. So I got them primarily cleaned up. A lot of little pieces I had to work with. I'm probably still missing a few, and I want to point out a few things that are just really annoying. So like this guy right here. So I accidentally ended up clipping that off a little too short of the haft. See, that should fit together like that. So we're actually gonna do some green stuff. I'm gonna probably put that together. I'll do it on camera. Can't guarantee it'll be the best. I got my green stuff already prepped for you guys. We're gonna fix that. See if I can work with that. Another thing too about this guy, this kind of showed like how the older models are a little bit screwy. You put his arms on, they don't really fit right. You have to really push them down. It's awkward. So I'm actually had to green stuff that arm as well, just to make it look like a natural elbow. So it's gonna be a lot of work for this. So I'm gonna get them primarily assembled, and the ones I had to do a little extra attention to, I'll show you guys. Alright, so we're going to kind of work on this guy real quick, but we're going to work with the weapon first. So, as I've shown before, it should be... Oh man, okay, like that. Yeah, there we go, like that. So that big old gash sticking out right there. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to... Where's my little ball of green stuff? So we're going to do some green stuff. We're going to take a little bit out. A little bit. I'm going to place it in here, kind of form it up a little bit, and then we're just going to literally shove it in, and that generally sticks a lot better. Oh no, green stuff, don't fail me now. Shove it in. Oh goodness. Alright, so with that shoved in, I have some tools, sculpting tools. I actually think these are from Army Painter as well. To push that in, trying to make a seal, and it's not working as well as I thought it would. The other one went on pretty well. This one is not. So what I might have to do, alright, we're going to take this off, take it off. We're going to glue it, attempt to glue it, and then apply the green stuff. So let's clean that up a little bit. So I'm going to get the Hobbit tongue glue. Oh. And so put that on like that. And I glued my fingers together. Alright, so we're going to let that sit and cure. Because we don't want that to fall apart when we put the modeling on. So, again, another part I want to show off how like these resin models, again, probably because they're based on old metal models, don't fit right. So like to have the arm up like you want it to, the arm doesn't fit right. So I'd either kind of like do this and then put like a little like elbow in there for him, which I think is how he's supposed to go. But like they really mix these things up. So, or the cut was just that bad. Because so far this guy went on pretty good. I green stuff his. That's how I had the idea. Like, oh, I could just stick it on. That worked out fine. The little molding around it to make it more flat. But so that worked. Now, but this one does not fit at all. So we're gonna glue it on the best we can, and then we'll make an elbow out of it in a second. So glue it on. We'll put a little bit right down here, or that's going to make it attach. So I was looking up the pictures, and he kind of has it like that. I mean, it seems like it's a little more up, but then like his wrist has been at a weird angle. So I didn't get the wrong one. I just think these got twisted around or something. Oh, actually, it's just kind of... If I really twist it, that's how it's supposed to be. So I gotta really twist it, but that's like all that pressure makes it much harder to glue. Let's try it. Let's try it. Leg glue on there. And then oh, his tail popped off. That's alright. We can... Tail's easy. These arms, which are twisting, are a lot harder. So twist. It's just so much pressure on it. It's just gonna pop off like that. So I don't even want to try to do that. So I'm gonna put this on this, and we're gonna make an elbow. So again, I want to show how these resin models are a pain. Something that should be simple has become much more harder to build, especially for a newer hobbyist. Green stuff and sculpting is not an easy thing to get into. Like, it's something that I'm still tiptoeing around the water and just holding it down. Ah, shoot, my thumb's glued. Twist, come on. So, little spin move to get the thumb off. So yeah, I'm going to have to make an elbow out of that. Now, of all things, that's not too bad. I'm not good at shaping elbows. Let's glue the tail back on while we're at it. I'm not good at like the shaping part, like making muscle and things like that. There are some amazing people that they do amazing stuff with green stuff. Like I've seen like Jawa armies for Star Wars Legion. I've seen cloaks and capes. It is insane. So we're gonna wait for those to cure. We want them to have a good strong bond, so when we're sculpting, we're not knocking anything free. Alright, so now that has time a little bit to dry, we're gonna try that green stuff again. So we're again take a little bit off. We're going to put it, I don't need that much, split off again. Put a little bit right there. Just to squish it on. And I bought these sculptors from Resin. So I did this in water. That's something I noticed, that green stuff tends to go a little better when it's dipped in water. How did I figure this out? I think I saw someone do it on the internet. I can't tell you for sure. But there we go. We're going to get that. And just scrape the excess out. We don't need. I'll flatten it out a little bit. And the other idea is hopefully this should give this a little bit more support too, maybe? I don't know for sure. That is the idea. There we go. Alright. It's still a little flimsy, but it doesn't have that giant crack in it so much anymore. Filled that in with the putty. And since it's at the base of the handle, it's not that noticeable. So we'll let that cure some more. Now for this elbow, that's gonna be different. I'll roll it up. Probably need a little less. Alright. Again, here. A little bit of water on my fingers. When I say water, I do mean like paint water. Ew, it's grimy. Alright, so now we got in there. And yeah, I'm going to use a little less. So I'm actually going to chop that in half. And there we go. Let's put that there. Let's just shove it in there. Bam. And now try to start to fill it out. To make that look like muscle. Again, I'm not the best at sculpting. I'm a painter for minis, which is not relatively new, but like this is. I'm sure you guys can see that. This sculpting part is definitely swipe extra, but I didn't need the whole thing, so I've added a little bit more in there. It is. I mean, again, people do amazing things, and it's definitely a necessary skill, I would say, if you want to do more and more with hobby painting, because you do have these situations where the model has these gap lines, maybe, or maybe you did make a mistake. So I'm trying to smooth it out, not make it look too fake, but hey, and then fill it in. So that is not too bad. I gotta say, it's a little bit more of an indent. Look at like a bicep. So I was looking at it from the side. I was like, it's not too. Oh wait. That just looks like he has a weird tentacle arm thing, and this is not that kind of. It's not that kind of YouTube channel. Alright. So now we have like a bicep muscle where there used to be just a weird dot. And actually I'm going to take a little bit more, put it right on the forearm. If I can get it. I can get it to get on the forearm. Gosh darn it. Like I said, I don't know where, there we go. I am not the best at this. This is a new skill for me. But like I said, it's one that you need to have if you're gonna do this. Like professional hobbyists, they're not always. I mean, again, they'll say the thing. They're not always the best sculptors either. But to fill in those gaps, or maybe to adjust an arm. So I'm just making that forearm look more like. I think the water helps it not stick. Again, I don't know where I learned that from. I'm sorry, guys. Well, now you get to learn it from me. Put that little dent in there. Kind of make it look like a separate arm piece. Boom. Okay. So, all that work for an elbow. So now, he's basically complete. He is complete. And now for this dude. His mace, it's gonna be okay. Now, same thing. I'm gonna glue him on. Sorry, I'm taking him off the screen for a second. I'm gonna glue him on. But I'm not expecting complete, what's it called? Meeting. I got super glue on my thumb. It's not good. I'm normally wearing my apron, but I'm not, so my wife might kill me if I get any of this on my clothes. So, hey, I'm going to do like a hobby, like, hey, hobbies, things you want to have. And actually, I'm going to put in their apron, because that apron has saved my relatively nice clothes. So I'm holding that down, so at least get a good grip. Apron has been a very neat thing to have, because it has pockets for stuff, protects my clothes from paints and super glue and other stuff. But, you know, I didn't think I would need an apron. And I look quite dashing in it as well. And a little twist. Okay, see, that's not too bad. See, now, but here, so we have some gaps on the arms. That does not look great. We're going to let that cure for a little bit. It's a nice little word, cure. I keep using it. So I'm recollecting my green stuff. Going to rub it up, make it a little more warmed up and limber. And then we're going to fill in those gaps. Now I'm checking out these areas. Oh, you know what? I see I got a gap right there. Let's while we wait for that one to cure, let's do that gap. And he's, oh man. See, this is a good thing to always look at your models, because then you might see more that you need to work on. So we're going to split that one in half. Alright, we're going to roll it like a little snaky snake. And get that right there. There we go. Now I'm liking this little pointy part one. So a little dip it in the water, and we're going to force it in that crack. And if you see, I have way too much. It's really necessary. So you can kind of like force it and peel it away at the same time. And having that water helps you kind of clean that off a little bit better. So this is just filling in those gaps. And this is what, again, I'm going to reiterate. I rarely have to do this on other models. It's these resin models. I was about to say stupid resin models. They are kind of stupid in a way. These resin models, especially the GW line, or like, I think a Finecast is what it's called or something. They tried a thing back in the day, but it did not work. See, so elbow filled in looks pretty natural. Now we're going to do his hand in the back. I got a little bit of wrist action going on back there. Again, we're going to rub and roll it up. Let's put it on the little tool. Let's put it on the little tool. And drop and push. Let's push it in. See, I'm just going to kind of keep pushing to get a decent layer. In there. So you guys are kind of learning as I'm learning too. Like that's one of the things I want to do with this channel, was that this isn't I'm a good painter. be a little not humble. I think I'm a good painter. Sometimes I know I can do a lot better. You always can. Like, I'll look at like Reddit or like Instagram. I'm like, holy crap, these people are amazing. Like, you're just like, this is not fair. It's all practice and learning different skills. And this is one of those skills, because that way you don't have big gaps in your models. Oh no, he's got a big old booger on his face. Okay, good, we got it. Oh, his axe head is dipping down. We're gonna push that up a little bit. We're gonna reinforce. There we go. And this green stuff will harden like plastic. It's pretty nifty. There we go. So we made the axe head a little bit more straight. Let's take a look at this guy. You know what? I could probably do a little on the other side of the wrist. Quick fix this. There we go. Let's do a little on the underside of his wrist. And roll it. I like to keep it warm. You just roll, like do like Play-Doh snakes. And then we'll put it there, and then just get a good angle and push it in. Push it in. So you fill in the gaps is your first step in green stuff, working with green stuff. And then, you know what? Maybe you want to switch arm, or like do an arm conversion. That way, this is way, hey, I kind of already know how to build elbows, so now I'll use that skill to actually, you know, make my models a little more interesting. And hell, you know what? I kind of know how to make scales now. Certain indentation marks make a scale, and you learn that. So it's just a progression and everything. Again, I'm with you guys right now. I'm a gap filler, and every now and then I'll do an arm conversion. It does not look the best though. It looks very... I try to keep it where in not a visible spot, so that way the craftsmanship of the green stuff is not showing as well. Let's dip that in some water. And there we go. Smooth that out. There we go. Smooth it out on that wrist. And kind of create that dent, so that way you got that. The bracelet still sticks out. What's nice is that this will be at the bottom of the wrist, so you're not going to really tell too much that he's got a messed up bottom of the wrist. And now we can go back to the main guy, the one with the big old hammer. And we're going to work with his elbows. So now that you guys seen that, I'm not going to show you the whole process because I want to keep these a little bit shorter. But I'll come back to you with the completed models. Alright, so we got them all in bases for the most part. I had to use a little green stuff to get his foot kind of up there. And when I do the basic material, it should cover up this guy's. He is pretty good. His feet are a little bit flat. I'll do a little bit of green stuff on the back of his feet. I can actually probably even glue him to the bottom. And this guy's foot's really sticking up, so I want to do something kind of cool with it. I want to place a rock under there. Like so. It's like he's stepping on something. So when I do the basic material, it'll be around that rock. So we'll put a little ta-da, get a little hobby glue, put underneath his foots, right there, the rock, and yeah, we will end up being priming this rock as well. So that looks pretty good. So there, now he's kind of like he's like stepping up on that rock. Now, because these are bigger models, their bases you can do a little bit more too. So I'm breaking out my stumps from Green Stuff World. That was a little bit too big. That's still too big. Ooh, almost lost it. I think this one will work out good. This one will work out good. Let's see. Those in there. That's a little low. Let's go with that. Alright. And you notice I have a ball of green stuff. That's for a secret project I'm going to tell you about in a second. Alright. So let's see. What I kind of want to do is, if you guys have watched some of my not videos, but looked at my Instagram, I've done a lot of water effects, and I kind of wanted to show you guys like the process of what I go through. And it starts off in the before I prime process. Basically, I'm going to create a little moat for me to put the water effect in. So I got a big chunk of green stuff, and now I want to pick who I want to do. I was almost thinking about doing this guy, and doing like a river effect like I did with my Carnosaur, but it's a pain in the butt, and I don't really want to do that. So we're just going to give him a stump or a rock or some other stuff. These guys, however, are kind of nifty, and we're going to do a little moat in the front, like a little pot, like a little like dried up pot. So we're going to get that, and we're going to place it. Let's make sure you guys can see. Yep. So roll it up, and we're just going to put a little circle, and let's make a little rain of green stuff, and try and make it like seem a little natural. Don't like just don't make it like a perfect circle, because that's not going to look like natural. Try to add like a little bit indentures into it. Push it up, down. What you can do is use some of that excess and try to complete. I'm sorry, I just took it off camera. So you just kind of maneuver about, and you know, I have these tools now I could be using. That's what we'll be doing. Alright, so we got a decent little circle. It's not a total complete circle. Let's push that edge a little bit in. There you go. Let's try the water. There we go. Kind of got this little like indenture type now. So now what you want to do is smush it down to make sure you got a decent amount of green stuff there, and then come back and push it on the edge to give it a lip. Smooth it down to make it look like it's a natural, like not just sticking up process. See, I'm just kind of like smoothing her out. But then go in and push up a lip, because you want the water to be able to like kind of push against something. Otherwise, it's just going to run over. So this is an important part of my water process, which again, that's something that I'm still relatively new at. I've had decent results, and so going with what I know with. And I'll do a video on water effects with these guys later. Alright, see, I'm kind of messing. Alright, I'm going to push down. There we go. I think what I need to do is add a little bit more green stuff in that spot. There we go. Yeah, more of that green stuff. Again, push down. And then push on the sides to make that lip, because the lip will let you put that water in, and instead of just flowing everywhere, it will stay in your little pond. Let's see if I can get a side shot. So I'm pushing it up like that. Flatten around. Back, push it down a little bit, push it down. And remember, you can be going over this stuff with the base material, so don't worry too much about like the outside is like, you know, oh, this doesn't look right, this looks like a weird crater. Yeah, that's fine. You just want to make sure you got that good lip, because that base material on the edge will make it blend in with the rest of the model. Let's see, I'm going to pull it over, make that lip. There we go. See, it needs a little more on this side now. It's a... Let me get some more water. It's an ever-changing process you just gotta be aware of. Alright, so it looks like we got a good lip. Another reason for smoothing out the edges is that we know water is going to leak underneath as well. So that guy will have a little pond. Alright, I have a lot of excess, so I think I might do another little pond. Let's see. Real shallow like. Let's go with this guy. And there we go. Let's go get that on there. Connect it, make a little circle. Flatten it out, so that way you know that no water is going to leak underneath. Dip your scope into water because it's really starting to stick. now push. Oh, this is going to be tougher because there's not as much material left. Yeah, this one's gonna be a much tinier pond. Let's push some of that green stuff over. There we go. Give that one a little more lip. There we go. That's okay. That's not bad. There we go. Let's do a little bit of pushing down. There we are. So hopefully you guys can see that the whole time. Still need to fix my camera, so at one point. For this guy, he's gonna have tree stump? That takes away a lot, doesn't it? Alright. Yeah, tree stump's not happening today, but what we can do, Citadel did come out with this very cool Citadel Skulls line. It's really a bunch of skulls. Ta-da! A metric S-ton or poop load of skulls. So what we're gonna do is, I'm looking at them. I'm gonna pick. Let's go with some orky and some human skulls, and I'll show you where I'm gonna put them. All right, so got a Nurgle skull, a couple human skulls. As I not do the orc skull because I'm gonna do the Nurgle skull. So what we're going to do is this Nurgle skull is going to go inside the water pond. So we're going to put a little dab on the bottom. And probably where the deepest water would be is where we want to stick it. Just like that. See? So that way it would be nice and get a nice pooling effect around it once we put the water in. Now the thing is, you're going to want to paint this before you do the water. And you got to put these skulls on in the basing process so they get primed. And we're actually going to do the same for this one. We're going to put a little bit of a broken human skull in here. Just like that. Put it in there. Perfect. And this guy, do a few human skulls. Ta-da. Oh, there we go. And then he'll have a little bit more grass on him and things like that. So, guys, didn't use those stumps. Do a little cleanup. This is the building of Kroxigars, and mainly, this is the problems working with resin is what I wanted to show off. I had to use a lot of green stuff. Green stuff for new hobbyists is kind of daunting. Building your own sculpt and making it look like it's built into the model is tough. These probably when I prime them, they're not going to look amazingly perfect, but they're going to be okay. And again, like still with the resin, how much we had to clean it up. You guys saw during that process all the little supports that were left over. It's just a pain in the butt. See, I had to make my own arm and bicep, which is, for a new person, even me included. Where's my little? There we go. I think this one. Where's my? Well, it's in my ear. That's why. A little triangular. I'm gonna push that down a little bit. For a new person, this is relatively scary. Trying to sculpt something. So I don't blame anyone for being a little bit nervous when their model comes out a little whack. And like now it's like, oh man, what do I do? Well, this is where you just begin the learning process. And then I think I'll show you how I start off with the water. I make a green stuff little lake. There's probably different ways to do it. Like I have some like Vallejo ground texture things that I could probably use as well. I had to give it a shot when they say it's this practice. I might do that afterwards. So guys, hey, those Kroxigars, they're a very heavy hitting unit. They're a workhorse / demolisher for the Seraphon army. I'm excited to paint them up because they're a relatively big unit, so they're going to be showy, but they're simple in their design, just scales and muscles and weapons. So like it's not like intricacies that kind of plague some of the GW stuff where you have like bells and whistles all around. Like the Carnosaur was great, but there was a lot of little pieces to that little guy, that big guy. So guys, hey, thank you for joining me on this journey of showing you like the problems with resin, doing a little bit of a workshop on green stuff and building green stuff lakes for your water effects. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did like it, please subscribe, hit that bell so you can see my pop-up. I know I don't post very regularly. I'm going to try to change it, but social status, or I guess the geopolitical status going on right now with the COVID-19. We'll see if I should have a little more time to do these. So hey guys, you have a great day.